Hi guys, this is dinner. They're $7.99 pepperoni, ready in 5 minutes, whatever, special. And that's what we're gonna have. Let me go in here where there's some light. Let's see. I didn't cook tonight. I didn't cook today. Pete made lunch. Eggs and hash browns. My stepmom died this morning in the wee hours of the morning. I got a text from Dee Dee, my stepsister. We've talked about this many times. We all hate the word step. Because when my dad and Bev got married, however many years ago, two families came together and made one family, and I don't know what would be step about it. But anyway, so yeah, my stepsister got there last evening, and that's why I didn't hear any news, because she was traveling from California. This morning and afternoon, either crying or trying not to cry both give me a headache. I gave myself a lousy headache. I'm kind of shook up about the whole thing, but anyway, so this afternoon I laid down about 2:30, I guess it was, maybe 3, to take a nap, and I got up at 7:30. Just got out of the shower. I got to make some the vinegar pies for church tomorrow, and I still have to practice tonight because I haven't practiced yet. And the song leader, Mary, called me about an hour ago and said she wants to add another song, so I got to find the music to that, and I'll go eat, and then I'll be back. So hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Bye. Hi guys. I got together some photos that of Bev that are some of my favorites, and I'll do a little bit of a slideshow. I'm just going to try and talk about it for a minute just because I want to, but if I'm going to start crying again, I won't. She's been my stepmother for over 30 years. My parents split up when I was in my 20s, which was devastating to me. It was a couple of years later that my dad and Bev got married. At first, things were rough, because I guess I still wasn't over my parents' marriage splitting up after 27 years or whatever it was. So I was kind of standoffish maybe, or I wasn't as open and welcoming as I could have been. Which is understandable. I'm not blaming myself for that. And the first few years were a little bit rocky as we were trying to figure out what the new roles would be. And as my dad became more involved with her family, there was less involvement with my sister and I, through no fault. This is just statement of fact. It's nothing, no blame, no nothing. Her family was close. They were nearby. Gwen and I were further apart, So that wasn't, that's just the way it was. So I didn't see her as much. When Casey was born, I'll never forget, I was in labor and things were getting intense and it was getting pretty close, and my dad said, I think I better step out of the room. I think I better step out of the hallway. And Bev was kind of behind him, and the nurse had to go get something, and she had been holding my right leg up. And she just said, well, real quick, can you, hold this for a minute while, she was going to go get something. And Bev took a hold of my leg, and right then Casey was born. And it was a unbelievable moment. It was great. And that was something that she and I shared. My mom was in Florida at the time with her second husband. In fact, I believe she was having a dinner party that night. But my dad and Bev were very, very involved when Casey was a baby and when she was young and when she was growing up. And they took her for weekends, or we went out and did stuff together. And then Casey's dad and I were building a house, and they came over and, frequently. And it was just a good time. And after my dad died, during the time that my dad was in the hospital for the final month or so of his life, and I was there almost every single day. And of course, Bev was all the time too. So we spent quite a bit of time together. And then when he finally died on February 2nd, we were once again very involved with my sister too in making the funeral arrangements. And we kind of drew together at that time again. And a little while after that, through a third-party miscommunication of sorts, I won't go into the whole thing, something happened that made Bev feel very hurt and angry and upset with me, and there was a couple of years where we had no contact, and I was in agony during that time. I loved her. I love her. And that was a very, very difficult time for me. I had nightmares and dreams about her all the time, and just no peace, and it was really, really tough. Finally, my sister and Bev have never been really close like Bev and I have been. We've spent a lot more time together. Anyway, so my sister went to my godmother, my dad's sister, and said, Sherry's really a basket case over this, and this has gone on, so is there anything you can do? I talked to Bev, and Bev and I once again were talking. It was a little strange at first, but through our yearly family reunions, and we just started talking more and more, and finally became more comfortable within the last few years. And when Casey had Leland, and as my mom's dementia's worsened, Bev became more and more of an actual mother figure to me, where as previously we had been my dad's wife and my dad's daughter, but I started looking more and seeing Bev more as an actual mother. Once again, we became really close. I love her. She has 4 wonderful adult kids. I love them, and I think of them all as family. I think of them as, obviously we don't have the same shared history that Gwen and I do, and that will never be the same, but definitely I think of them as family. And one of my greatest fears is that we won't see each other or communicate much now that Bev's gone. And this is what I didn't want to happen. So let's get on with the slideshow, and I'll end it here for tonight. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. God bless and good night.